Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant, Rajan. Welcome to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com, the only platform where you learn to invest and trade in the stock market, plan your financial goals, invest in mutual funds and stock market, and grow with a community of knowledgeable investors. If you are not a part of the community yet, visit our website MPIinvest.com to join the community free of cost. Coming to the markets yesterday, the Nifty opened with a major gap down by almost 300 points from the previous day's close. In fact, Nifty opened at 15,917. Immediately tried to recover to some extent, went on to touch a high of 15,984, but it could not sustain at all as huge selling pressure came in, and we could see the Nifty finally going down to a low of 15,775, breaking even 15,800. But then we could close slightly above 15,800 at 15,809. The selling from FIAs continues. The FIAs continue to sell for 4,899 crores. Yes, one of the biggest selling again. They just continue to sell out of Indian market. And if you look at the domestic institutions, they continue to buy. They bought for 3,225 crores. So things are kind of not looking great, majorly because of the US market. In fact, US market had fallen big day before yesterday, but if you look at yesterday it continued the fall, though not as big as day before yesterday, because S&P 500 actually fell by almost 0.58%. So that is after a fall of almost 4% on Wednesday. So adding to the fall. In fact, it is now 19% down from its record touched in January. So US markets have officially turned into a bearish segment right now. Even Dow Jones dropped about 0.75% yesterday, and Nasdaq was down by almost 0.26%. But I would say it was more of a consolidation after a big fall. So things are not looking good in the US. And in fact, JP Morgan actually came out with a rating for Indian IT stocks, reducing the targets for all Indian IT stocks. That's exactly why we could see the IT sector falling. But why? Why are they doing this? It's simple. Please understand who are these major players in India. It could be TCS, it could be Infosys, it could be HCL Tech. Most of these companies are having an exposure of more than 40 to 50% into the US market. So if a country like US goes into recession, what happens? And not only that, they have also a major portion of the market share coming in from Europe. Europe is an even worse situation. So when countries like Europe and US are going into a recession kind of mode, what can happen? There are chances they will keep the projects on hold. If that happens, the income to these companies also will reduce. So these are the reasons why IT has actually fallen. But if you look at the long term, should you continue to invest? What should you do with your IT holdings? It's simple. IT is the future. Do you have any doubt on that? No, not at all. Is inflation here to stay? Not at all. So what is going to happen? So one thing I would say is, the only thing is, as inflation eases out, markets will bounce back and then IT sector will be premium again. But right now, with so much correction, most of the IT stocks coming close to its 52-week low, I would say it is time to invest. Yes, keep investing into good IT companies, Infosys, TCS, HCL Tech, Wipro. These are all companies, great companies that you can invest on, because things are going to change. Things are not going to stay the same forever. Like I told you, in the next 2 years, I am sure the market will recover and we would see a great bull run again. But only thing is the patience required to stay invested. So if you are already holding some good stocks in IT, right, I'm sure you would be seeing your portfolio in a big red right now. But nothing to worry, unless you have utilized margin or taken a loan to invest in all these things. So that is the only thing which I always recommend not to do. If you have not done that, simply stay put and enjoy the market, and I am sure there's no better time than this to continue investing in the market. So with that, sorry, with that, IT sector problem is kind of solved, I would say. So don't worry, we are in for a great future in the stock market in India. Continue your investment in mutual funds, continue investment in stocks. This is the best time to do that. So apart from that, if you look at some stock specific news, yesterday we could see Go Fashion India being traded. There is a bulk trade where an SBI mutual fund bought 18 lakh 11,000 shares in the company. They bought it at a price of average price of 1050, and that's a great news because we also at MPI family have recently added Go Fast into our portfolio. I am sure a lot of us are holding it already, so things are looking good. The company is profitable. We should see some rise in the coming days. Apart from that, there is a news from Maruti Suzuki India as they are setting up their largest manufacturing facility in Haryana. Yes, Maruti is planning 18,000 crore investment into the plant. And what the MD of Maruti actually yesterday came ahead and said is that right now they see India is the major manufacturing hub for them for the entire globe. Yes, so it is not just India but for entire globe. So there is an expectation that the total automobile exports from India is going to rise over a period of time in the next few years. So definitely that's exactly why we have been investing in the auto sector as well. Though it is in the downside right now, it is still a great sector to be invested in. Then coming to the next news of Equitas Small Finance Bank, P.N. Vasudevan, who is the MD and CEO of the bank, is actually resigning. Of course, for he wants to spend more of his time in his public charitable trust. But this actually can have some effect in the market where we could see probably some fall in this stock. So here P.N. Vasudevan was a veteran banker with a great experience, and he is one behind the growth of Equitas Small Finance Bank. So a person like him leaving can of course be a big loss to the company. So however, until the new person comes in place and takes over, things are kind of not clear how things would be. So let us see how that happens. But apart from that, when such a big fall in the market happened, like I told you yesterday, the icing on the cake was the ITC shares. ITC shares went up by almost 3.5% yesterday, touching a 52-week high. And a person like me and a few other members in our community who are heavily invested on ITC are really happy that we could book some really good profit when the market was down. In fact, we can utilize this fund to invest into many other stocks which are completely battered down. So that would be a great thing that we would be looking at. Coming to some corporate results, Container Corporation of India gave a big surprise. Yes, if you look at the last year, same quarter results, their profit was at 25 crores. How much do you think they reported a net profit this quarter? 2 times? 4 times? 8 times? More than that. Yes, almost 10 times. The profit has gone up by almost 10 times. It's at 257 crores compared to 25 crores profit last year on the same quarter. Why? It's simple. I have been telling you this in our weekly meetings regularly that the exports from India is increasing. There's a lot of imports also happening, and with so much focus on make in India, the exports are going to be high. Along with of course, a major import in India is the crude oil and palm oil. But apart from that, if you see, there is major exports also increasing, and that's exactly why we could see their profit going higher. So we are invested in a small way already. So probably I would look at slowly adding also something. In fact, coming to the next result, it's something even more interesting. Ashok Leyland. Yesterday I had told you I was expecting a good result from Ashok Leyland, is it not? But what if I tell you they have had one of the best quarters in the last 11 quarters? Yes. In fact, the profit of Ashok Leyland has jumped by 274% year on year, right? 274% jump in net profit. Isn't that amazing for a company like Ashok Leyland? And not only that, the happy news is that in this quarter, their market share of trucks has increased to 30.6% against 28% last year. So they have one of the increased market shares. I am sure Pro Amit and his team would be doing a great job at Ashok Leyland, and that's exactly why they are turning the total shape of the company. So kudos to Pro Amit, who is also part of the MPI family. Coming to some not that great news, Godrej Consumer reported a 1% fall in net profit. But see, this is something I wanted to tell you. I've been telling you this. All FMCG stocks have been affected because of the palm oil price hike. Then why was ITC good? Simple. ITC's major business comes from cigarettes, and in cigarettes, before if you remember, during the lockdown, the cigarette sale had gone down because many people are sitting at home. So now economy is open, markets are open, cigarette sales have gone up, and their profits are also going up. However, cigarette also remains a major threat to ITC. Why? There are times when government actually taxes cigarettes highly. Sorry, just to discourage the use of it, and that can actually affect ITC as well. That's exactly why we had to book some partial profit out of ITC, because that still remains a threat until, of course, there are news that they are going to split the cigarette business and the FMCG business. If that happens, I am sure the valuations of ITC is so low compared to the market that we could see much higher rise in ITC. So ITC remains my favorite stock, because not only this, along with that, this is one stock which gives me average of 5 to 6% just dividend every year. So it's as good as investing in FD, is it not? I've been telling this multiple times. I'm sure if you get a good chance, whenever there's a fall, do add ITC to your portfolio. So apart from that, if you look at Godrej Consumer reported 1% lower profit, because they are just a pure consumer product company, and with rising inflation, their cost is increasing. So if you see, the profit is reducing only because the margin is reducing. Why is margin reducing? Because input cost has gone up. So that's exactly why Godrej Consumer, but it's okay, company is still good. We can always stay invested there. HPCL also came up, Hindustan Petroleum, right, came up with their results. In fact, the profit came in at 1,795 crores, which was higher than the estimate by the market. But the revenue missed expectation. So revenue came in at 97,000 crores. So of course, revenue is what I am telling you, because one, of course, as the markets are facing a demand crisis because of the availability of crude fuel because of Russia-Ukraine war. Coming to some major results that is coming up today, Paytm investors look forward. Today, Paytm results are coming out. Let us see how they perform. Let us see if they are going to do something better. That would be a great news. Otherwise, for this members who are holding it are, of course, in trouble for a long time. Let's see. NTPC also is coming up with the results. Amar Raja, yet another favorite of us, is coming with the results. Let us see how things work out. There are two more stocks in my radar, which is Nuvoco Vistas and Paras Defense. Both of them also are coming with results today. Let us see how these results are, which can help us decide when to enter these stocks. So apart from that, if you look at the global market today, the global markets are kind of looking positive. Even though US markets closed lower yesterday, the US futures are trading higher today. And because of that, we could also see the Asian markets already moving up in the early morning trade. So Hong Kong, China, all of them are looking good. In fact, if you look at SGX Nifty is already trading close to 16,000. Will it sustain? I don't think so. So we might see a small rise in the initial stage because of the major fall that happened yesterday. But by end of day, I'm expecting some more fall. Let's see how the market reacts today, to all these news today. But apart from that, if you look at the market for me, I would say as of now, 15,800 remains a small support, though it's not a great support. The next major support actually comes in at 15,650, and downside, the next support can be seen only at 15,500. But on the higher side, I would say 16,000 acts as a resistance now. And if 16,000 is kind of staying, which I don't think so, then probably we can look at a higher level of 16,200 for the next resistance. So that's it for now. Enjoy your day. We will not be having our evening podcast today, because today is Friday. We have our direct meeting on Sunday for the MPA community members. If you are not an MPA community member yet, register free, become a free member, and join our Sunday meetings where we discuss and plan our strategies for investment. So with that, this is Srikant Rajan signing off. But before we leave, press the like button to motivate us, and do subscribe to the channel to get updated with the latest videos. With that, this is Srikant Rajan signing off. Have a great day in the market. Goodbye.